Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A Rock Island man wanted for twice failing to register as a sex offender has been captured. Walking Rose Farm, a farm and meat supply business near Twisp, is one of 18 businesses recently awarded over $3 million through the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Very wet weather is moving in tonight and will continue through the weekend into next week. A police tactical team in East Wenatchee arrested a man last night for alleged domestic violence and unlawful weapon possession. The East Cascade SWAT team was activated just before 5 p.m. to surround a home on Ridgemont Drive where 37-year-old Roberto Arellano had allegedly assaulted and threatened his partner. Arellano was believed to be armed with a shotgun but surrendered shortly after the tactical team arrived. Police say in the home they found a 12-gauge shotgun and ammunition. Arellano was prohibited from owning firearms due to a prior felony conviction. He's now jailed and facing possible charges. A Rock Island man wanted for twice failing to register as a sex offender has been captured. 41-year-old Ryan Matthew Barnes was supposed to appear in Douglas County Superior Court in September after authorities say he twice moved from one home to another in the Wenatchee Valley without notifying police. Barnes has been convicted of failure to register 3 previous times, stemming from his original child rape conviction in Island County back in 2007. He was finally arrested by Wenatchee police on Wednesday and ordered held on $20,000 bond. A political mailer attacking Wenatchee schools and promoting 2 candidates for school board has prompted a reply from the Wenatchee School District. The anonymous mailer, disguised as a newspaper, arrived in Wenatchee homes on Thursday. It criticized student performance on standardized tests as well as alleged ideological influence on school curricula. It also features opinion pieces signed by Randy Smith and Tricia Cleek, 2 conservative candidates who are challenging school board incumbents. In a response statement today, the school district said the mailer, quote, contains false narratives and misleading headlines about our students, staff, and district. We want to make it clear that we consider this mailer to be political propaganda. It's unfortunate that questionable tactics such as this will be used to discredit our district for the gain of political office. NCWLIFE News reached out for comment through an email address listed on that flyer, and there was no response as of late this afternoon. With 4 more days in the election cycle, Chelan County officials say about 20% of ballots issued have been returned so far. The Secretary of State's office says in Douglas County, where there are few contested races, the return rate is closer to 15%. Statewide, it's just over 14%. Voters have until 8 p.m. Tuesday to turn in their completed ballots by mail or in person to their local elections office. When we come back, the downward trend in the median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee market continued in October compared to last year, but it remains unchanged in relation to September of this year. New and improved sports courts are now officially open according to the Chelan County PUD, including 12 additional pickleball courts. And daylight saving time comes to an end this Sunday with all clocks set back 1 hour. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Hi, everybody. Dan Coates alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. There's ice on my heat pump and under my heat pump.
Well, ice under your heat pump is normal. When we go into a defrost cycle, it melts the frost off, creates water, which freezes to the ground. Ice around your heat pump is a thing that you should probably give us a call about.
Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air for heat and air. Call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
The downward trend in the median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee market continued in October compared to last year, but remains unchanged in relation to September of this year. Pacific Appraisal Associates of Wenatchee reports the median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee Valley last month was at $485,000. That's down 3% compared to October of 2022, when the median price was $500,000. However, the median sales price in September of this year was also $485,000. Total sales for October were down by 15% year over year, from 66 sales to 56. Closed sales year to date were down by 21% for the same period. Meanwhile, active listings were up by 2% from September of this year, but down by 7% compared to October of 2022. New and improved sports courts are now officially open, according to the Chelan County PUD, including 12 additional pickleball courts. The new courts were created as part of a safety maintenance project. The work included the installation of posts and netting, asphalt repair, resurfacing, and relining. All of the sports courts are available on a first-come, first-served basis for fun pickleball play. Improved courts are now available at Confluence State Park, Daroga State Park, BB Bridge Park, and 3 others. Walking Rose Farm, a farm and meat supply business near Twisp, is one of 18 businesses recently awarded over $3 million through the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Rural Energy for America program. The program seeks to promote renewable and efficient energy in the small business community and will generate a combined 10.07 million kilowatt hours per year through this project. Walking Rose is receiving $14,840 of the awarded funds and plans to put them to use purchasing and installing a 16-kilowatt solar array that will save the business roughly $1,579 per year. Daylight saving time comes to an end this Sunday with all clocks set back 1 hour. That means winter darkness will set in earlier starting next week until the clock springs forward again in March. There have been movements to make the daylight saving hours permanent, including a bill in Congress last year, but it failed to pass the House of Representatives. The change takes effect at 2 a.m. Sunday, so set your clocks back before bedtime. Coming up next, the Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra stages its second concert of the season Saturday night at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. We'll have more on that in tonight's feature story. Wet, wet, wet. That's the weather word through Monday. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Deepwater Electronics is your one-stop shop for the latest in TV and sound technology. Whether you build your home theater or let them do it for you, Deepwater Electronics is the clear choice.
The switch is on to T-Mobile. Get the best 5G experience and the customer service you depend on. Only at Chelan Wireless in downtown Chelan.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
The Wenatchee Valley Symphony Orchestra stages its second concert of the season Saturday night at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. Hooray for Hollywood presents beloved soundtracks from the silver screen. In tonight's feature story, conductor and musical director Nicholas Coley joined Dan Kuntz this morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. He says making symphonic music more accessible is part of the organization's mission.
We excel so much in Beethoven and Brahms and the classics, and I call this season Music Reimagined. So we've done some work with an indie rock band. We did work with Encanto Arts for benefiting Latino students, and this is me demonstrating, or us demonstrating, that we can be more than that. We can actually do these movie scores, and it's looking like it's going to be a great show. We're going to do music from Up. Then we're going to go to John Williams' score to Catch Me If You Can. This is a 3-movement piece called Escapades featuring Kendra Wheeler. Then we're going to do Beethoven's 7th Symphony, the slow movement, which was a backdrop for the King's Speech. And then we're going to do La La Land. And on La La Land, we've actually hired a trumpet player to play a cadenza that goes up to a high B. And he's only hired just for this. He's a specialist. Then we'll do Also Sprach Zarathustra, which comes from the 2001 Space Odyssey. And then we'll get to The Dark Knight. Actually, I've replaced the music from Inception to do the Dark Knight music by Hans Zimmer. And by the way, Hans Zimmer doesn't read music. So he's doing this all by feel on his funny keyboard. And then we'll do some Wagner. And we'll do some Mascagni, which is the music that accompanied the Raging Bull film. And we're gonna finish with this wild piece, Tom and Jerry at MGM. This thing is just like OCD and ADD on such a huge level. It's just changes, but really fun, really difficult to play, probably on the order of Stravinsky's Rite of Spring. The percussion section is asked to break plates, play with bubble tape or bubble wrap to make the sound of fire. They're supposed to snore. They're supposed to bark like a dog. And you know, these LA studio musicians, they're called like one day in advance. They get in there and they play these scores. Yeah. Really difficult scores, and they're in and out. It's amazing what they were able to do.
Do people have a general grasp of the kind of musical talent that your orchestra has? These are just folks. These are doctors and nurses and plumbers and accountants and retired people and just general people you're going to run in at Safeway, and yet for some strange, but boy, they when they have chosen their musical instrument, they're good.
This is this is a badge of honor for this orchestra. It's just these amazing people, role models in our community that come, and you know they're volunteers. They come every 4 times a year and play music because they love music, and they come from all, like you said, all corners of our community and come together and play this music. It's just very inspiring for me as a music director.
Time to take a look now at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Friday was a good one. Boy, we had lots of fog, and a lot of that stuck around throughout our day today. Other areas around our viewing area had mostly sunny conditions, but this is our Sky-Fi Tower camera looking at up in the Okanagan area, and you can see it's our Billy Goat camera. This is Mount Kalispell on the Washington-Canada border, and look at that cloud cover. That's exactly what we had here in the Wenatchee area today, and this was from this afternoon, so lots of fog up in the Methow Valley in Okanagan County. As far as rain goes, it's coming, folks, and it's coming a little bit later tonight. Here in Wenatchee, we could pick up another 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of rain, and boy, as we head east, it gets a little bit more by Ritzville, a 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and the same goes for the Spokane area. A 1/2 inch to 1 inch is possible, and that's as we get into Sunday. And remember, ponding of water in poor drainage areas a concern, also increased risk for rock slides. So be aware of that as you're traveling around. That rain will continue tonight and throughout most of Saturday. High temperature today, 47 degrees. 50 is where we should be for this time of year. Our record, 70 degrees, and that was set back in 1975. 36 this morning, right in line with our normal low of 34, and our record cold, 2002, it was 19 degrees. Sunrise this morning, 7:47, and the sun sets for us at 5:41. Boy, not too long from now, that's for sure. Earlier sunset, and it's going to get even earlier as we move those clocks back this weekend. Tomorrow's highs, 55 for Moses Lake and Ephrata. It's going to be warmer for most of us tomorrow. 54 in Quincy, 53 degrees in Wenatchee, 52 for Eniat and Chelan, and 50 degrees the high temperature tomorrow in Leavenworth. All right, let's take a look at what we can expect. We saw storm number 1. We talked about 3 storm systems on Monday. The first one has moved through. This is the one that's coming tonight and into Saturday. And right behind that, Sunday night into Monday and parts of Tuesday, that's when that second storm will move our way. So get ready for a wet few days. Here's that storm system by tonight. 100% chance of rain for us later tonight. It will be mild overnight with clouds out there, lows in the 40s. For Saturday, big football game, Eastmont and Richland at 4 o'clock, the crossover game. Yeah, 100% chance of rain, but I think that will mainly be in the morning hours, maybe a break in that in the afternoon. High temperatures for football tomorrow in the low 50s, and then on Sunday, cloudy skies. Here's that next storm and trough associated with that area of low pressure. Not so much rain during the day, but it moves over the Cascades in the evening hours. High temperatures Sunday again in those low 50s. Kicking off our next work week, cloudy skies. That area of low pressure parks itself right in northwestern Washington. That'll bring us a 70% chance of rain on Monday. We'll cool off just a little bit Monday too, with highs near 50 degrees. For Tuesday, just morning showers in our forecast. Notice high pressure building back a ridge over the Pacific Northwest. Mostly cloudy in the afternoon. High temperatures Tuesday in those low 50s. So very consistent temperatures with that southwesterly flow. For Wednesday, mostly sunny. High pressure in control, sitting over the panhandle of Idaho. And here's our big ridge over the Pacific Northwest. We're talking highs in the low 50s on Wednesday. For Thursday, partly cloudy skies. There's our next weather maker. It will be cooler on Thursday as our airflow changes a little bit coming down from the northwest. Highs on Thursday only in the upper 40s, and it looks like that next storm will move our way next Saturday night and into Sunday. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. 45 overnight tonight, so very mild. Here's our rainy period overnight tonight into Saturday. It's going to really rain tomorrow morning. It could continue into the afternoon. We'll keep our eye on that. And then our third storm of the week moves in late in the day on Sunday, bringing evening rain showers in 52. Rain likely for Monday in 50, with morning showers on Tuesday in 52. And then we dry out for Wednesday and Thursday. Mostly sunny in 52 Wednesday. Partly cloudy on Thursday with a high temperature of 49. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run cameras so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's a Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I gotta go figure out this camera. Wenatchee is the District 6 4A champions for the second straight season after a 2-1 win over Eastmont last night. After a scoreless first half, the Panthers' Natalie Bowles snuck in one in the back of the net to give Wenatchee a 1-0 lead in the 49th minute. Logan Gross-Didier put Wenatchee up 2-0 6 minutes later. Eastmont's Jessica Ramirez countered in the 59th minute, but that was all the Wildcats could muster on the night. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wisen had the call here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Personal maneuver. Looking for some help. A bit of a collision there. Let's see what the referee calls it. She calls it an Eastmont foul, I think. No, what's going on? A goal?
Calling it a goal, I believe.
Calling it a goal.
Some incident. I don't know. The two players from Wenatchee and Eastmont collided there at the top of the box. I think they both kind of ran into each other harmlessly.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That has to be the most random goal we've seen all season. A good triangulation, ends up at Sanchez Blanco's feet. Battling for it is Logan Gross-Didier, and I do mean battling the shot. Goal, 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 Logan goes Didier for the Wenatchee Panthers. A masterful strike, Matt Wisen. What a beaut.
I'm speechless. That was a stunner. Such a great shot. I mean, yeah, nothing you can do as your keeper there. I mean, bending it into that back post up in the top 90. Beautiful shot.
On the counter now. Touch to the side, into the box. The shot. Go, 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 go! Jessica Ramirez for the Eastmont Wildcats. Magnuson, the long ball.
We're 2 minutes into extra time now.
And there's the whistle that says that in the Big Nine, Wenatchee is second to none. The final score, a very entertaining 2-1 victory for the Panthers over their arch rivals from across the river.
A lot of us have been playing together since we were young, so it's always a big rivalry, and we've all been together since freshman year playing against each other, so it's always a good game.
All right. Now, what year are you?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are 2 times champion now?
Yeah.
2-time champion. What makes this one special?
Senior year. I mean, we get to go as the first seed to state for our league, so hopefully we have a better chance of going farther than the first round.
Looking back, what brought you to this point?
The girls. I mean, they've fought all year long. It's a strong team led by Piper, and Giselle and Natalie are our captains, all 3 of them. And I thought all 3 were integral in today's game for sure. Their leadership all season long, the whole senior class's leadership, and the experience from last year certainly paid off.
Wenatchee goes on to the state tournament while Eastmont will host Eisenhower Saturday at 1 o'clock after the Cadets knocked off West Valley last night 1-0. And other crossover games tomorrow, District 6 and 7 will meet in St. George's playing at Okanagan at 2. Brewster is visiting Northwest Christian in Colbert at 3. Tedasket and Davenport play a seeding game for state at 3 o'clock at Gonzaga Prep. District 6-7 crossover games for the 1As have Cascade at Lakeside 9 Mile Falls at 11 a.m. Cashmere will host Deer Park at 1. Davis and West Valley ended their seasons on losing notes last night. The Pirates fought hard but fell to Hanford 24-22. West Valley was shut out by Meade 30-0. Eisenhower hosts Lewis and Clark tonight. Moses Lake entertains Chiawana at 7 o'clock while Sunnyside is at Gonzaga Prep. Wenatchee, meanwhile, plays at Lamson Stadium tonight against the 12th-ranked Kamaikan Braves. Coach Scott Devereaux knows his team will have to play its best football to have a chance to win.
We got to play our best game we've ever played this season. We haven't truly played a full 4 quarters this year. This is the time to do it. If we can keep it close late in the game, then anything can happen. This is a team that can put up points really fast, and it's also a team we've seen struggle in film and throw multiple interceptions and things like that. So we have to take advantage of the opportunity when we get it and keep it tight. And, if we play our best football, we can walk off the field no matter what the scoreboard says and say, hey, we played our best game of the year, and that's the way it is.
Devereaux announced to NCWLIFE channel that this will be his last year coaching at Wenatchee for senior Jack Flugie. That adds significance to tonight's game against the Braves.
It means a lot. I mean, Coach Dev's been here. He's probably one of my closest friends in the high school. I hang out with him over lunch. I'll go into his class randomly, and he just lets me because, I honestly have no idea why, but he does. And just knowing we're the last team he's going to coach as a head coach is kind of crazy and it puts pressure, but it's not a bad kind of pressure. It's not the kind of pressure that makes you want to just not do it. It's the kind that gives you motivation, knowing this is his last go-to. You want to give it everything you got, so he doesn't go out looking like an idiot. You want to make him look good and have him end on a good one so he doesn't second-guess himself.
Wenatchee and Kamaikan kick off tonight at 7 o'clock. Eastmont will host Richland in a rematch of last year's crossover game tomorrow afternoon at 4. We'll have it live on the NCWLIFE channel, beginning with our pregame with Grant, Brandon, and yours truly at 3:30. Coach Michael Don says they've been figuring out how to contain Bomber quarterback Josh Woodard.
No, they can sling it, and they take their shots down the field. They got some guys who can go up and get the ball. They got a few receivers, and all 3 of them have had 100+ yard games. So it's not like 1 or 2. They've got a lot of guys that make a lot of plays, is a super good athletic kid, and he throws the ball well. He extends plays, and he's fun to watch. Not a lot of fun to prep for, but we'll do the best we can.
I caught up with Eastmont senior defensive backs who helped intercept Moses Lake quarterback 4 times last week in the Big 9 championship.
Joseph Lisson, we've got Matthew Bender, and we've got Tyson Moore joining us here. So let's talk first of all about last week in Moses Lake and picking off that guy half as many times as he had all season long. How did that feel?
Felt really good. It was my first 2 picks of the season, so it felt nice to get on the board there.
So you waited until the perfect time to have it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So you guys get the Big 9 championship. You beat Moses Lake. You stay undefeated, which means more.
The Big 9 championship, back-to-back. It really means a lot for us. We worked really hard for that.
Okay. You go from one quarterback who's outstanding to another quarterback who might be even better. Talk about getting ready for this guy this week.
Well, I mean, we're kind of thinking the same thing. He's going to panic when our D-line gets there, and then he's going to throw it up. And then that's where we get our picks.
Well, and that's something we just talked to your coach about is complementary football. It takes the guys up front to help you guys on the backside, right?
Oh, yeah, it helps a lot for sure. Having 3 guys being able to rush the quarterback and drop a lot of, 8 other guys, it's awesome. He doesn't know what he's looking at, so he throws us the ball.
You can hear more from the players and coach during our pregame show tomorrow at 3:30 right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Well, Grandview ended its CWAC season with a loss to North Central last night. The rest of the conference plays its crossover games tonight with East Valley of Yakima hosting East Valley of Spokane. Sela plays at Pullman. Prosser plays at West Valley of Spokane. Ellensburg hosts Shadle Park with a trip to State on the line at 7 o'clock. District 6 and 7 1A schools will meet tonight and tomorrow with Kashmir hosting Newport, while Chelan visits Lakeside 9 Mile Falls. Later at 7 o'clock, it's Deer Park at Omak, while Quincy plays at Freeman. Cascade ends its season at home tomorrow at 1 o'clock against Medical Lake. For the 2Bs, Okanagan hosts Lynn Ritzville Sprague today. Reardon visits Brewster, while Lake Roosevelt is at Colbert to play Northwest Christian. Tonasket visits Colfax tomorrow at 11 a.m., while Manson plays at Asotin at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The 1Bs start at 3 o'clock. We'll actually started earlier today with Pateris at Columbia Stevens. Elmira Cooley Heartline is hosting Waterville Mansfield tonight at 7. Tomorrow's games have Etiat at Touchy at 1 o'clock, while Liberty Bell hosts Republic at 3. Well, 3 teams punched their tickets to the state 1B volleyball tournament last night at Wenatchee High School. Soap Lake ended Wilson Creek season 3-1. Waterville Mansfield earned the number 1 seed from the District 6 by sweeping 3 sets from Etiat. Tigers will be the number 2 seed headed to state. Wenatchee will host the District 6 4A tournament tomorrow as the Panthers will face West Valley for the championship at noon. Moses Lake faces Davis in a loser-out match at the same time in the small gym. Winner between the Mavericks and Pirates will play the loser between the Panthers and Rams at 2 o'clock in the afternoon for a last chance at state. Ellensburg hosts the District 5-6 2A tournament tomorrow as the Bulldogs face Ephrata for the title at 2. Prosser and Sela play a loser-out match at 4. Loser between Ephrata and Ellensburg plays the winner of Prosser and Sela for a last chance at state at 6 o'clock. Crossover games to determine the state 1A participants start at 1 o'clock tomorrow with Kashmir visiting Lakeside 9 Mile Falls. Chelan hosts Deer Park in the other crossover at 3 o'clock. District 6-7 2B crossover games will be played at Omak and Meade. Okanagan faces Northwest Christian at 2, followed by Manson and Jenkins Chewelah. Brewster faces Liberty Bell, or Liberty Spangle, that is, at 3 o'clock, followed by Lake Roosevelt and Lynn Ritzville Sprague at 4:30. Pasco is the site for the state cross-country championship tomorrow. Incredibly, 1,871 athletes will compete in 12 categories and classifications at Sun Willows Golf Course following an open ceremony at 9. Runners will hit the course at 9:30. There's much more sports on our website at ncwlife.com. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Have a great weekend.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us and have a great weekend.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run camera so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's a Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I gotta go figure out this camera.